My name's Kyle Campbell and I'm going to be talking to you about buying versus renting. So let's start off with the advantages of buying. What's great about buying is you get equity in the home, which also helps you build personal wealth as the house appreciates over time. What's also great about that is if you have a bond, the bond that you owe slowly decreases over time while the property increases over time. And over time you can have millions in equity in your home as the house appreciated and the bond depreciated over time. What's also great about owning a home is you can add value to the home. So I got another video I shot on how to increase the value of the home, where you can renovate the kitchen, bathrooms, add a bedroom, things like that that can really add value to your house, help your home sell for more money, which is great for also building wealth. You can rent out your home for passive income, which also allows you to take certain tax deductions on the house, such as the rental interest and the levies, house maintenance can all be tax deductions on the house, which is also a great advantage. The disadvantages of buying a house is that you can't move on a dime and you take on the financial responsibility of that house. So if for some reason you lose money on the house because your timing was wrong, you bought at the top of the market and sold at the bottom, or maybe you overpaid, bought and sold too quickly, you could take a loss on that house and the financial responsibility will be yours if you have a bond repayment and you sell it for less than the bond you took out. There's also additional costs to home ownership, such as the levies, insurance on the house, home maintenance, which renters generally don't have to pay. There's less mobility. You can't just move on a dime with buying, whereas renting you can. Let's talk about renting a little bit. So if you're renting a house, what's great is you save a bit of money, your repayments are a bit less, you can move on a dime, maybe you still have to stick to your lease agreement, but generally you can get out of a lease agreement if you have to. You don't have to sell to move, so you got a bit more mobility there, which is great. The disadvantages is it's not your legal property, so you're held to that lease. If the landlord says you can't make holes in the wall, you can't make holes in the wall. You're always kind of held liable by your deposit, so you always want to try and keep the house to the landlord's standard, which can be frustrating. For me, that would be the deal breaker. What makes renting tough for me is the landlord telling you what to do. You can't do this, you can't do that, you got to have it in the back of your mind, every little change you want to do. There's no wealth creation, you don't build equity in the house, and there's no guarantee that your lease will be renewed. So if your lease comes to an end, the landlord can kick you out of the house, which if you're comfortable and you love that house, you have to move either way. So you lose a bit of freedom in that sense. So that's it, buying versus renting. Personally, my favorite is buying because you build the equity, you can add value to the house, and that type of thing, unless there's something coming up where you can't stay for a longer period of time, then renting is probably a better option for you. Tell me your thoughts, like this video, subscribe for more content like this on real estate and life hacks, that type of thing. And hit the notification bell if you want YouTube to let you know to notify you every time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Got my first 10 subscribers, so I really appreciate you guys supporting me. And enjoy the rest of your week.